The Devil's Soul, Book 1, Chapter 4, Section 10, Lancaster, PA, 1984. The torch hissed as Paul leaned in, his eyes shielded by the dark visor of his welding helmet. The molten light flared, illuminating the small garage space, casting shadows on the walls of the metal shelf stacked with old tools and greasy rags. Eli stood off to the side, squinting, gazing at the glow. As Paul welded two pieces of metal together, the steady buzz of the torch filled the air, along with the smell of heated steel and oil. Lancaster streets buzzed outside with the occasional honk or burst of music, and in here intoned the rhythm of work. Paul lifted the helmet, wiping sweat from his forehead, and motioned for Eli to come. You see that? He said, tapping the fresh weld with the back of his gloved hand. That's what it takes: time, heat, pressure. You can't rush it, just like people. Sometimes you have to apply a little patience and strength. Let them come together on their own. Eli nodded, seemingly quite fascinated by the glowing seam and the steel, the way it held together strongly now. Paul's face softened as he watched Eli, eyes tracing the wonder in his son's expression. You ever think about what we're doing here? Paul continued. Welding, fixing things. There's a lesson here. The way you treat people, helping them, it can hold them together too. Sometimes with a bond that makes them stronger than before. Outside, the afternoon sun cast a golden hue over the city's old brick buildings and narrow streets. As they packed up to leave, the clang of Paul's toolbox echoed. Walking later, Eli stayed close to Paul, together stepping over the smooth sidewalks of downtown. As they ended their walk, returning to their block, they spotted their neighbor, Mr. Ruiz, struggling with grocery bags. He was an older man, Puerto Rican, who lived across the street. His hands were white under the weight of the bags, and he paused every few steps, trying not to drop them. Without a word, Paul crossed the street, motioning for Eli. Here, Mr. Ruiz, let me give you a hand, Paul said, taking one of the heavy bags from the man. Mr. Ruiz smiled, lines creasing around his eyes. Gracias, Paul. These old hands, they're not what they used to be. No problem at all, Paul replied with a grin. Eli, grab the other bag, will you? Eli jumped forward, carefully taking the remaining bags from him. They walked to his front door, chatting as they went, the bags safely in their arms. You cooking tonight, Mr. Ruiz? Paul said, nodding toward the groceries. Oh, just going to throw together some things. You know how 'tis. Mr. Ruiz replied, thank you. Really. Good man, Paul. Paul shrugged as they set the bags down on the table. It's no trouble at all. We look out for each other. As they walked away, Eli looked up at Paul, curious. Why did we help him, Dad? He didn't ask. Paul smiled, ruffling his hair. Doesn't matter if he asked, Eli. You see someone struggling, you offer. That's what people are supposed to do. You don't have to wait for them to ask. You just help. Eli nodded, likely thinking over the simple way Paul moved through the world, helping without being asked and expecting nothing in return.